So we're talking about orange people hate today. So from Bangladesh all the way to Iran. To start with, you're going to hear about Gandhi in school. Great dude, highly decorated in human rights. However, the man was a bigot. I point to the Indian Times made an article about him and his statue in South Africa being taken down. That's common because he said black people were savages. But in the article, the South Africans point out that Indians are raised to believe they're just a little bit better than Africans, and they run with it. But it's been like this for years. Let me explain. So around this time, this wonderful white man came up with the concept of white people. Sounds crazy, I know, but it worked. It stick, and it helped justify slavery and Jim Crow, and what literally happened to Indians at the time of Gandhi's life. So the whole western side of Asia would have been Mongolian. So why did I refer to them as the orange race? Because the concept of a white race is a completely made up concept. Example from a man, Ben Franklin. So in 1751, America wasn't quite a place yet. However, there was immigration going on. You have to consider the fact this was a new continent, untainted, with the purest of whites, their own culture, their own justification of everything. Shout out to the Huffington Post. But Benjamin Franklin says Swedes, French, and German, Italians too, were not white people. They were tainted, and insisting that we would become a colony of aliens. How time loves to kiss itself. But he said these European, non-pure Americans will never adopt our language or customs any more than they can acquire our complexion. So of course these Europeans weren't white. This is a made up concept. Let's go back to this man. These colors switched out, of course, the progression of time. But like the article says, they were raised to believe that. They thought they were better because their hair was fair, which is dumb. However, at the same time, because this same man and men from the Klan, they made up the concept of the Middle East and try to put Egypt in the Middle East. But let's break down more. The Indian, the orange race, is designed to hate itself. India was controlled by Britain since 1700s. So Benjamin Franklin saying this in 1751 and saying Europeans are not even white. Britain did the same. They did the same playbook. The lighter ones get more benefits, better prestige. If you're lighter, it means you live a better life. It also means you're better than everybody else, but not quite as good. Same thing they did with slaves. Chinese people too. That's when their colorism really started to get full effect. But don't get me wrong, Indians have it bad to the point where an Indian man might be more racist to you than a white guy. To the point where most skincare products brighten or lighten a woman's color in India, which is of course a reflection of Britain's personal standard of beauty from Queen Elizabeth. Renaissance, super racist time. The beauty standard in England, which was completely racist, and tried to get off Moorish influence and coincide with this racist man. However, it was a very racist technique to take out Moorish influence, Marie, justify somebody's slavery, and they brought it over to India, which they used to justify their slavery, even to the point where Indians just as dark as Africans thought they were better because of their hair. But they got stuck with this colorism, biased outlook of Britain,